everyone. This is Elizabeth with Scott Leroy Marketing, and welcome to Marketing with KW Command. Today is January 20th, so if you are viewing the recording, some features may have changed. Today, we're going to be going over the few free campaigns in Command, social posts, and emails. I am starting in Mozilla Firefox today. You can either view Command in Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome Incognito so that you are seeing the most optimized version of Command. Command is agent.kw.com. And you'll enter your username, which is generally something like first name or first initial, last name, maybe a number. Capitalization not required. And yes, you can open Command and follow along if you wish, or you can view the class and view the recording later on and follow along then. Next, you'll enter your password, which of course is case sensitive, and click Login or Sign In. Yes, I am recording the class and it'll be available on our YouTube channel and website later this afternoon. So now that we're logged into Command, the first thing we want to do is make sure everything's up to date. So we're going to click our name in the top right corner and click Settings. You'll be defaulted to the connected applications. We're going to be using a few today. The first is Facebook post scheduling. Now, it may be in a different order on your screen. All of the connected applications pop up top. So once you find Facebook post scheduling, you'll want to click Connect Account over on the right-hand side. Enter in your Facebook email or phone and password to connect that right away. And once you do, your button will change to Manage and Connect More like you see here. Now, we won't be going over paid ads today. I recommend checking out our Lead Generate with Command Facebook Ads 101 for more details on it. But since you just entered your Facebook account information, and if you would like to go ahead and connect for Ads Manager, feel free to do so at this time so that you don't have to enter your username and password again. You may also want to connect both Twitter post scheduling and Ads Manager. Just as you did Facebook, you can do so again by clicking that blue Connect Account over on the right-hand side. Those are just some more options for the post scheduling and Ads Manager. But the second I want to specifically point out is Command Email. That'll be under the email services section, so towards the bottom, even if you have it connected. And by clicking Manage, you can see the few things that you are able to change, like sender name and reply to email. So this is if you do send out an email blast using Command, you can change the email that the replies come to. To view the recording, you can check out our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Scott Leroy Marketing, or visit our website, slmtraining.com. The other option under email services is MailChimp. So if you would like to use MailChimp instead of Command Mail, you can connect that account as well. Next, we're going to check our marketing profile, which is listed under Connect Settings on the left-hand side, and Marketing Profile. All of this information will syndicate to the social posts and email campaigns that we're going to be doing later. So you do always want to make sure this information is up to date before creating any campaigns so that it syndicates over correctly. So you'll see your contact information, your brokerage information, and any links. If you do end up making any changes, be sure to click that save button at the very bottom. Now we are going to be working in campaigns, which is the little megaphone icon on the left-hand side. While you're still learning these applets, you can click the red square with the white KW to expand the names. But to create a social post, you can actually start in Designs. So click the Designs applet, which is the little paintbrush in a square. And this is going to be just a quick run through of how to create that social post. For more details, check out our Designs class and print marketing, which will be here in a few weeks. To get started with pretty much every applet, you'll want to click the blue Create in the top right corner. And for social posts, you'll want to click the second option, Social. Now for this design, I am also going to import photos and text from a listing. So I'm going to check that box, that option. Then click Continue. So to access this screen, we clicked on Designs, which is the third applet up from the bottom, then clicked Create Design. So once we have social and import selected, we'll click Continue. And this is going to tell KWLS to slide out from the right-hand side to search for the property address. So I'm just going to search for a property here, and you'll see it's actively searching. And we'll select our listing that we're going to be creating the campaign for by clicking Select. Now this will open up the Designs WeBrand editor. So you'll see the URL change at the very top. There we go. And for this example, I'm going to choose the listings category, but you can open up and drop down any of these categories to fit your needs. Then for this example, I'm going to choose for sale. And you'll start to see all of the designs populate in all of the different types. So I can narrow down the different types by the different sizes. Social wide is going to be for Facebook, social square for Instagram, and social stories for both Facebook and Instagram stories. So for this social post, I'm going to use Facebook. So I'm going to select social wide to narrow down those designs. Then I'm just going to choose the first option, but you can choose any design. The editing is the same. So once you choose your design, hover over the design and click the Use button that pops up. Now, because we chose our import listing at the very beginning, we're going to see in the KWLS menu item on the left-hand side that listing is already selected. The photos are pulling in and the listing details are also pulling in. So from photos, I can choose what photo I want on this social post. And you can simply click and drag that photo. And you'll see once I hover over the existing photo, it will auto-populate. And then I release my mouse to apply that. Now, it does move on me, so I want to just click that image to select, and then I can reposition, which is this first icon at the very top center, to then click and drag that image back to the middle, maybe even down a little to my liking, and then release, and then click Done to apply. So to get here, I went to the Designs applet, clicked Create Design, clicked Social, and Create. So now we can begin editing the rest of the design. So from top to bottom, I have the address. So I'm going to click to select. And then I'm going to tab over from photos to listing details. You'll see the property address is about the 6th option, where I can simply click replace to have that auto-populate onto my design immediately. Now, this doesn't pull over the state, so you will want to add that in if you wish. You can do so by double clicking and then just manually typing that in. Because this is an example, I actually don't even know the state, but you can enter the state there. Moving on down, you'll see the next bit of information is the bed, bath, square footage, and price. So for this one, you may not want to replace with the information that's pulling from KWLS because it is pretty simple. It's just the number. It's not the full type of field. So you may just want to manually edit this. And same way we did the address, you can just double click to replace that information from the left-hand side immediately. Coincidentally, bed and bath are the same, but let's change the square foot. I'm just going to highlight, delete, type in the information from the left. And then the price, $239.9. To edit that immediately. Moving on down, the built year. $18.90. So I want to double click. Again, this won't work best for the replace option because it won't have that built-in text. So you just want to manually type that in. And then moving to the last field here is the Market Center logo. Now this replaces really nicely. Once you click to select, it'll actually pull over into the logos menu, My Assets tab automatically, where you can click this replace logo and have it pull over right away. Now you can change more things to this social post. You can change the text, the font, the size, color. You can move things around. You can, resize anything you need to. The picture, the logo, the font size. You can also add other images in if you want to create a sort of collage. Again, check out our Designs 101 and Print Marketing class for more details on how to edit designs. I do also recommend renaming this design with, some sort of naming convention so that you can recognize what this is from the thumbnails from the dashboard. So I'm just going to name this with the address. Now you can also share immediately by clicking this share button. You can also download either as a JPEG or PDF if you want to manually post to Facebook or print. But I'm going to show you how to post to Facebook using command. So I'm going to skip those couple of steps and click done. This will take us back to the designs dashboard with our design at the very top left now that it's created. The next step is to head over to campaigns. Again, that's a little megaphone icon, 2 up from designs. And you'll be taken to the campaigns dashboard. Now your screen may look a little different than mine. If you have created any campaigns in the past, you may have an additional section here, but you'll see the types of campaigns along the top. Again, we're doing the free options today. So we're starting with social posts. Next, I'll show you emails. But feel free to check out our classes on paid ads and direct mail for more details on those campaigns. So to start, again, you'll find that create button in the top right corner. Choose social post. And you'll be taken to the wizard on the left and the preview on the right. Now, if you are getting an error that is one of like an embedded pop-up about connecting your account and are having trouble with that, feel free to reach out to us and we can help reconnect your account right away. If you also see a pop-up for the preview and application of the DBA logo, the Market Center logo, you can go ahead and close that because you can add it in while using the wizard. So for the text, you would enter your text in the very first field. For this example, you can say something like just listed. Enter in the property description, maybe what you entered into MLS. Then maybe a call to action. Now you do want to pay attention to the character count. It's the gray text at the bottom right of that field. And you'll also see the little smiley face to add in emojis. So the only type of Facebook account that is able to be connected to Command is your personal account. Facebook only gives you personal accounts because you are one person, but you must also have that business page created by your personal account in order to use social post and paid ads. So although you're connecting your Facebook account, you'll only be able to post for and from your business page. Now, Command is automatically connected to KWLS 2.0 and all of the listings. So if you're seeing any trouble with KWLS 2.0, let us know and we can look into that further for you. Next section is the design or image or video that you're going to be showing in your social post. So you have the 3 tabs to go between if you want to add a video or even a link. But we're going to stay in image. Next, you'll see the couple of options where you can either browse designs library, which we're going to do today, or you can tab over to the upload image. So if you did download that design as a JPEG to your computer, you can click upload image to browse your computer. Or if you have a design created outside of Command and saved to your computer, you would choose this option. But for today's example, we're just going to choose Browse Designs Library and then click Browse Designs Library. This is going to open up the template library where we'll see all of our designs, including the one we just created at the top left. So you would just simply click to select. Then you'll see an embedded pop-up. Oh, yep, I'm getting that same error. So we may have just gone too fast for it. I'm going to try and select again. There we go. So next you'll see this embedded pop-up to crop. Now, since we chose the social wide, which is best fit for Facebook, it's going to default us to a smaller cropping, but choosing this drop down and changing to wide, we'll select the cropping that we want to use. So once we have that selected, we'll click crop image to apply that and see it in the preview. Now, next section is the DBA logo. If you did close out of that original embedded pop-up, you can click this blue text to pull your Market Center logo from KW Connect. But fortunately, mine pulled in, so you can add it here. Now, you will also see we added the logo into the design already, and it's looking kind of duplicated, like there's a shadow on it. So if you do already have the Market Center logo on your design, you can remove the one that's automatically pulling in on top. You would just click this little gray X in the center of the page. And you'll see in the preview that that duplication removes immediately. Now, if you didn't have the logo on your design, you can leave that there and either position it on the left or right. I always recommend left because my Market Center logo is left aligned, but you can do either left or right. You can also choose to include your ownership statement as well. Now, this design template already had it on that bottom left-hand side. So I do not want to check this because, again, it'll duplicate it. But if you do not already have that on your design, you can check to have this added immediately. Next section is schedule. So you can either publish immediately, which then hides the little calendar, or schedule post. KW recommends the best days to post are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, which is why it defaults to 10 a.m. But if you need to post it at a different time, you can click the little calendar icon in the center of the page to pop down the calendar. Choose your day and time. Now you can also type in these fields. So if you want to do a specific time, you can highlight and type over. And then there's no save or apply button to this calendar. So once you're done editing, you can just click in the gray space to close that calendar and apply that day. Best days to post are Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings, as recommended by KW. Now, at the very last section, you'll see the selected pages. If you do need to connect an account from here, you can do so by clicking this blue text in the center. Now, before publishing this post, I do recommend previewing on the right-hand side to see if this is everything you want it to be. If you want to decrease the text so that it doesn't overflow, you can. If you want to add in the logo, always make sure the preview is 100% what you want it to be before publishing. Then last but not least, you can either save draft and come back to it the following day, just with fresh eyes to review again, or you can schedule post. You'll see a confirmation window where you can either cancel or schedule post. Now, you can't add an additional day from that screen, but let me find this post real quick. I think I chose next week, so I'm going to toggle to the next week using this arrow in the top center. There we go. Now, here's the ad we just created. You can click the little three dots to edit and change the day from there, or just simply create another post for a different day. Now, these social posts, once you have your Facebook account connected with your business page already created, will show up in your timeline of your business page. So you'll see I have several examples already scheduled, some even already published. So let's go to my Facebook account and see how those look on your business page. All of this to answer, you may not want to add an additional day because it'll show up in your timeline twice, duplicated. Now it's just not going to let me, there we go. Yeah, so when someone visits the page, they'll see all the posts to the page. Like so. Now, if you do select your DBA logo and ownership statement to be shown on the post, this is how it would appear. There's a little white with gradient banner at the bottom with the logo and the ownership statement. So you'll see logo, ownership statement. So even if the post is dark background, it'll have the white with a gradient banner at the bottom. Now, like I mentioned, you can see all of your posts and the calendar going down the left-hand side. You can tab between weeks along the top. You know, you can search, you can toggle between live and scheduled or drafts. You can even change this calendar from week to month. So lots of ways to see the different posts that you've created and scheduled, along with the quick posts on the right-hand side. So you have different ideas that you can shuffle through, like for leadership, videos, social posts that not only have the text, but the photos as well already generated for you to use to post to your business page. If you do see one that you like, you can click this little arrow straight from here, and it'll take you to the wizard that we're familiar with, so that in case you do want to edit any of the text or pictures or add more pictures, you can do so before scheduling. So let me go back. So last but not least, like I mentioned before, you can click these three dots to the right of the social post to not only edit, but also delete. So if you do see that you've accidentally duplicated a post, you can delete while they are scheduled. Once they are published, of course, you won't be able to delete them, but you can download the CSV file for any further details that you may want. Now, the second type of campaign that we're going to do is an email campaign. This is so you can mass email your database, whether that's using command email or MailChimp. So on the emails dashboard, which I just accessed by clicking the emails tab, you'll see a whole bunch of different metrics here that you can not only change your view, but search for. You'll see the send, open, click rates right at the first screen, first showing of it. Now, the first step in an email campaign, we do recommend going ahead and creating your email list. So you can find that button at the very far right of the page. Now, your screen may look a little different than mine. You may not have a email list already created, but you can view your email lists by toggling between the two different applications or accounts. So today I'll take you through how to create a list, again, by clicking that create button in the top right corner. List name is required, so you want to enter a list name. You can select contacts straight from here by selecting each contact. You can also select all, and you'll see how many contacts are selected. Yes, you do have to be connected to Command Mail to use this, and KW automatically creates you a Command Mail and connects it when your account is created. You can also search for particular contacts using the search field. If you want to search by name or email, you can toggle between those. And you can also filter by tags. So if there's a specific tag that you want to send an email to, you can select that tag to narrow down your contacts, to then select all and click confirm. So now that we have that email list created, you want to click create campaign, again in the top right corner, big blue button. And select email. So you'll see the little embedded pop-up here where you'll need to enter a campaign name. Again, personal recommendation is, create some sort of naming convention. We named our design one way. So if you want to duplicate that name, you can. You can also name by who you're emailing to. Next, select your goal. So what most properly goes with what you're trying to do here, but when in doubt, you can click other. Then finally choose where your campaign will run. So you want this to match where you just created that list in the previous step. Then click create campaign. Looks pretty similar. You have the wizard on the left and the preview on the right, and we're just going to work from top to bottom, making sure all of these fields are accurate before sending. So you can update the campaign name if you wish, and the goal, but you cannot edit the channel. So if you want to change your channel, for this example, from Command Mail to MailChimp, you would have to back out and recreate that from the start. But you can edit the campaign name and goal from here. Section 2 is the account that you're using. It'll be automatically populated for you. Section 3 is who you are going to send this email to. So you can either click the drop down to select one of those email lists you just created. You can also create lists from here if you forget to do that step first. Same process though, enter a list name, select all of your contacts. You can even filter by tags. Then click confirm. And you can also edit this list from here. So if you choose one that you have already created, you can click edit and edit either the list name or contacts. Section 4 is send from. So this is pulling from our connected applications in the settings. To edit this information, this blue text in the center of the screen will take you back to settings to edit that immediately. Section 5 is to enter the subject. So this is going to be the subject of the email that your contacts will receive. Again, pay attention to the character count there. Then step 6 is the content. So you'll want to click this select design button. The template library will slide out from the right-hand side. And you can either choose from one email template design that you have already created or tab over to the KWRI templates, which is what we're going to use today, to see all of the templates that they have already created for us. Now there are about 72 templates here, so there's going to be a lot to choose from. You can also narrow down the search by using the search field in the top left. So if you want to search for keywords like listed, that'll narrow it down and show you all of the email templates for just listed properties. For today's example, I'm going to choose the approachable just listed. It's one of my favorites. And you just click to select. Now, the email design editing is a tad different. But of course, we want to rename first. You know, something, naming convention, you know, whatever you'd prefer. You can click outside of that field to apply that. I would also recommend clicking this save button in the top right to save as often as possible. So we have our workspace on the left, and we're just going to work from top to bottom. I'm going to click the image first to select, and then click the little pencil icon to edit. That's going to change our editor on the right. Now, email templates does not automatically populate the listing details. So when clicking replace, you can either search for images that you have previously uploaded or pull the listing images in from here. So it doesn't automatically populate like the social posted, but you are still able to access it. So I'm just going to search for the listing. And if I don't see it quickly, I'll choose another for this example. So once you have found your listing, just click the little arrow on the right-hand side to view all of the photos. Click to select the photo you want and click replace. So you'll see that'll bring it into the editor on the right-hand side. You can then enter alternate text, which is basically a short description that displays when subscribers cannot access an image. So for example, if when receiving emails, they don't automatically choose to show images, then they'll see this alternate text. You can also link this image to a landing page, merge tag, or web address. I'll go over this later when editing the button. So that's if someone clicks on this image, they can be directed to an outside thing. You can also change the width, height, border radius, and position if you wish. But once you have the image all edited to your liking, you would click Done to apply. Now, again, I would recommend saving frequently so that you don't lose your place if the site crashes or you accidentally exit. Now, since we're on a photo, I'm going to go ahead and edit these images as well using the same steps. Just click to select, click the pencil to edit, click replace, find our listing again. Once we have our listing selected, click that little right-hand arrow. Goodness, now it's working really slow. There we go. Choose the image, click replace. Edit that image to your liking if you so choose, and click Done to apply. Then repeat the process one more time for the specific template. And click replace. Done to apply. Now we'll edit all of the text. So going through, I have the address. So I'm going to click to select, click the pencil icon to edit this address. Here is where you can also change the font, the size, enter any merge fields, any of the other further formatting. And again, click Done to apply. You'll then want to edit the text the same way, or I'm sorry, the price the same way. Done to apply. Next, you'll want to edit the bed, bath, just using the same steps. Click to select, pencil icon to edit. Done to apply. Now with this specific template, it gives you actually 3 text boxes for description. So you can click to select and then click the little trash can icon to remove. And you can use any of these content blocks over on the right-hand side to add to your email. So in this example, I'm going to pull over the text. So I'm just going to click to select and hold and drag. And wherever that green bar ends up is where the text block is going to be placed. And then release. So once I have my text block added in, you can click edit, insert your property description here, or, whatever text you want added in. Done to apply. So if you want, a video of a virtual tour, you can add that in. Even a listing block for more listing information. Next on this template is the button. So I'm going to click to select, click the pencil to edit. Now, this button is where I'm going to use the link. You can either choose landing page, which you must already have created, and can also be one of your agent site pages. So you'll see some are landing pages, some are agent site pages. For merge tag, these are going to be all of the fields that are populating from your marketing profile. So it does include your website, any of your social media that you may have added in, your consumer app. So lots of different options for merge tag, or you can simply just add in a web address. One suggestion for this is to go to your website, your KW Command website, search for your listing just on the homepage. So mine won't probably show up since it was listed last year, but you would search for that. And once you have the results, select the listing from the right-hand side. And of course, mine's not going to show anything because mine's just an example. But once you find your listing on this right-hand side and click to open, then you can use that web address to enter into this button, so that if they want to view more details on the listing, they can be taken to your website that is branded to you and has all of your contact info and, picture, everything. They can also go to your other pages on your website. So really good to stick with the same branding here. You can also change the width, height, font, position, background color. This hex color is just the numerical version of the color. But if you have a specific hex color, like if you have a specific color set for your branding, you can use that here. Border type, border radius. But once you're done editing, click done to apply. And then further down in this template, you'll see you have different merge tags. So different things that are auto-filling from your marketing profile. You don't necessarily have to edit any of this information. Fortunately, saves you a lot of clicking. Now, we do also highly recommend going to this options menu and preview before sending it out so that you can see how it looks with all of the merge tags populating. So you'll see my picture came over, name, designation, license, phone, logos. So once that looks good to go, you can either toggle between desktop, tablet, or mobile. You can close preview by clicking this X in the white. Make sure you don't close the entire page, but the X lower down. We do also recommend sending this test email to a personal email address of yours. so that you can see exactly how it comes out prior to sending to your contacts. And then last but not least, you can save and exit to go back to the email campaign. And again, you'll see this email preview on the right-hand side. You can also update that design again from the very bottom center. And from here, you can save draft. So if you want to, come back the next day with fresh eyes to kind of review before it gets sent out, you can schedule this campaign to go out. Or you can send immediately. So for now, I'm just going to save as draft so that it takes me back to the email dashboard. And you'll see that status is set as draft. And last but not least, if you did mail this campaign out and it does have some metrics, you can actually click on the campaign name, so the black text, to then be taken to even further email metrics like so. Sent, delivered, opened, etc. I highly recommend checking these little tool tips out, the little eye in a circle, for the description of, what is unsubscribed, what is clicked. You can also open up the little tooltip at the very bottom for a full dictionary of what everything means. Last but not least, here is our YouTube. Again, that is youtube.com/ScottLeroy Marketing. Give me a few hours to upload today's recording. And our website is scottleroymarketing.com. So if I didn't answer your question, you've thought of a new question, or have a specific account glitch, feel free to contact us and we'll be happy to help. But that is it for today's class. Thank you for joining and hope you have a wonderful day.